Welcome to Nations, a civilizations event with 4 islands, but only one can be the winner. I teamed up with my friends and a few special guests to take over this whole event. Here's how it happened. I started off in the desert island with my good friends Suutloops, Fantst, ClownPierce, CujoXD, and that chief guy. Our main goal was to help ClownPierce be elected as King of Desert, then make all the other nations submit to us. Having Clown as our king would give him 10 extra hearts, which would inevitably help us a lot in our conquest. But first, the first few days, it was all about grinding, getting diamond gear with the best possible enchantments for the limited time we had to play each day. However, all of that changed when the borders opened. The opening of the borders made it so we were not alone anymore. We had to determine our stance on the 3 other nations. But first, it was time to elect our king.
Decided. We have a president.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
Crown the clown.
Perfect. Can we all go somewhere in the church or something, and then we make a ceremony for the crown?
Yeah, we can do that.
We're split
I'm
up.
making my way
I
back
feel like
to,
the priest should do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very honored to be so willfully elected your leader. I think that the desert nation, though we have been given the least, we will achieve the most. In our unification, in our working together, we shall rule these 5 islands.
I mean, I will
Amen.
rule Exile Island.
Crown. Oh, he's got the crown.
Yo, you look good.
Alright, everyone, pull out your rods!
Yeah!
After convincing our nation to elect ClownPierce as the Desert King, our smaller group had all the power we needed to continue our plan. You might be asking yourself, what exactly is the goal of this server? Well, let me tell you. World domination. Being in the desert had its challenges. We had to fish for food, and it wasn't easy to grow crops. Which is why we formed an alliance with the Plains people, which then gave us access to their plentiful land while we offered them protection from the other islands. However, forming this alliance had its consequences. The eastern nations were not too fond of our growing empire, so both the winter and the jungle nations decided to form their own alliance in retaliation to ours. Whether we wanted to believe it or not, war was upon us. We then decided to march into the winter territory and force them to submit to our rule, or they would be met with war. Little did our enemies know we had a secret advantage. Only a squid and Rasplin, who started off in the Winter Nation, were secretly on our team working as double agents.
Gentlemen,
true.
I cannot help but notice that you guys have formed an alliance in direct response to the Western Empire's formation. Now, I don't know if you considered this, but this does sound as a direct threat to our domination. I am here to give you guys a proposal. Either submit and become worker slaves to the Western Empire, or die.
I don't like either of those, if I'm being honest. Like, you know, dying isn't, I'm not a big fan of that. Like, I don't want to make a decision for both of us, and you know, we're both on equal ground, so.
We don't want to fight now.
Oh, yes, because
It's fine. It's
also,
fine. If you decline our offer of becoming, nationwide slaves, you will simply be declared war, and we will discuss a time and place for your execution. Anyway, I think the outcome of these
He's so
negotiations has been, pretty clear. So
Yes,
we'll see you guys in around 30
we will
minutes
see
on Exile Island.
later.
And if you're not on Exile Island, we'll be here.
wait, in like 30 minutes, because I gotta go like now.
Anyway, tomorrow, it's happening. Oh, we declared war, right? It's wartime. All right, we're enemies now. I'm frowning.
Indeed.
You can't see it, but I'm frowning in real life right now. All right?
Yeah, you
That's how
freaking
serious this
breezels!
is. Don't say that. How dare you say that? We're gonna punish that guy thoroughly for saying that. How dare he?
So, it was settled. The Eastern Empire did not want to surrender to our power. They chose war. The very next day, the battle against the 2 kings of winter and jungle would commence.
I feel that you feel nothing at all. But I see that you see the blood on the wall. Now I hear, why can you not hear the talk, Spear? You talked with night, but the night has now shown you out. So I play the drums of war. Oh, 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 I play the drums of war. Oh, 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 'cause I'm bleeding out. You see this cut upon my chest. I'm bleeding out. The selfless love that I invested in. I know what you've come to show.
We have been given the least. We will achieve the most.
Without me. Taste that you do not taste the same. I've placed, you've already placed that blame upon me. Now you watch me dwell and you watch the shade. As you turn my pain to warlike games, it came clear as I draw near that I play the drums of war. I play the drums of war. Cause I'm bleeding out. You see this cut upon my chest. I'm bleeding out. A selfless love that I invested in.
With the majority of our enemies being killed in this battle, victory was inevitable. All we had left to do was kill off the remaining stragglers from the other teams. In the end, the desert island, led by the Western Empire, won the Civilizations event, hosted by JJK.